Yeah. That's going to do it for this edition of Eyewitness News at 5. I'm Sam Hope.
And I'm Joe Torres. Thanks for joining us. Stick around. Eyewitness News at 6 o'clock is coming up next.
Governor Hochul promised a stronger New York, but she's turned her back on more than 7 million New Yorkers who rely on Medicaid. Low-income families, kids, seniors. We give every patient 100%, but Medicaid pays hospitals 30% less than the actual cost of their care. Underfunding Medicaid has already cut services. Now, your hospital may not survive. Tell Governor Hochul, enough with the talk. It's time to act.
Tonight on ABC 7, Jeopardy and Wheel. Then American Idol and the 2020 special Interrogation Tapes. Followed by New York's #1 news, Channel 7 Eyewitness News. Plus, watch Broadway Backstage Spring Preview, Saturday at 7 on Channel 7.
Right now, it's New York's #1 news with Bill Ritter and Liz Joe. Ryan Field with sports and meteorologist Lee Goldberg with the exclusive AccuWeather forecast. Now, Eyewitness News at 6.
It was an afternoon to stare into the heavens, to watch the moon come right between the sun and the earth. A solar eclipse. When day briefly looked like night, especially for a large swath of the country, getting a 100% eclipse. The tri-state, about 90%. In a country that is so divided, for a few precious seconds, suddenly finding itself coming together to watch a heavenly event in space. The line of totality becoming a uniter.
It was once in a lifetime amazing experience.
And good evening at 6 o'clock. I'm Bill Ritter.
And I'm Liz Joe. All of the anticipation and excitement, oh, it really paid off today. The skies were clear enough in our area to see the eclipse just before 3:30 this afternoon. And while we didn't have totality, we had 90%, and it was still quite a sight. Skies grew darker and the temperatures quickly dropped. Huge crowds gathered throughout the area for watch parties, some on the ground, others watched from high above.
The 150-mile-wide path of the total eclipse went from Texas throughout the Midwest to northern New York and beyond. 15 states and more than 2,000 miles. This was the spectacular view of the eclipse in Burlington, Vermont. And we were there not by accident, but thanks to our chief meteorologist.
Yes, that would be Lee Goldberg. He is in Burlington. Meteorologist Brittany Bell is in Niagara Falls. Stefan Kim in Times Square. And Michelle Charlesworth watching the eclipse with some kids at a school in Boonton, New Jersey. We're going to begin with Lee, who called an audible and hightailed it to Vermont, and boy, did that pay off, Lee.
You find me in a very satisfied state this afternoon. It was super special, and it's amazing because the well-behaved clouds all day long have started to move in. The sun is getting ready to set. It's sort of final act in this spectacular 3-act performance today, and it's really been super special here in Burlington, Vermont, because of the setting on Lake Champlain, the way that the big shadow, the Umbra, came over the hills and the mountains of the Adirondacks and just overspread Burlington. Really amazing. And I always marvel at the precision of an eclipse. First of all, just the prediction years out, and then all of the little specific things that happen when the partial eclipse begins. When you see that diamond ring, we saw all of it, and I want to share with you some of those hair-raising highlights.